Hello, you lovely creative people. Matthew here with Gear Sounds, and today we're going to make a custom tone on the GX10. So let's get started. I just picked a random setting here to start with, and I suggest you do that as well because it's already set up in a great order, and you can swap the order if you'd like to. Okay, so there's how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if your pedal board is long enough, 6 pages. So I just, from this page, selected one of the ones I liked, and I went into the 30s because you might not care, but I care for the channel. I want to adjust these later ones. So I'm going to adjust this JC Clean one, for example. You find something that is close to what you already want that you can use as a platform. So let's get started. We're going to just hit Effects. You can see when a pedal is on, when it's lit up like that, so that's a boost. What is this EQ doing? So right here, I'm just messing with the effects as they are. But if you want, you can grab, like, let's say I wanted to put an overdrive, depending on where you want that to be before or after the amp. Let's say I want it before the amp, after the EQ. Just put it right there, and I can adjust the type with the first knob. So if you want to delete something, just hold it and drag it up here. Now it's gone. Quick note, the amp that I'm showing there on the pedal board is actually an impulse response that we have turned off because those are designed for full range speakers. You can send them through a tube amp, but we would need an EQ with it. Okay, so this foot volume is for the pedal. We're going to delete that because we're not using the pedal today. Chorus mono. So this is great. The chorus is already in place where it should be. Let's turn the amp back on. It is a nice preamp. So these are already in order of how you're going to want them to be. We can turn off the wah and the compression, take those off as well. But let's say we want to add something after the chorus. Let's say another piece of modulation. We'll scroll this way. I want to do flanger. And I want to do phaser because, oh, whoops. We'll see, I accidentally put the chorus on the other side of the amp. Let's do this. There we go. Flanger, and then I also want to do phaser, 12 stage. Okay, so we have flanger, chorus, phaser for a big blanket of effects. And I can now individually turn these off. And if I wanted to, I could set up these switches to turn off 3 of these effects. All right, let's get into diversions. So if you want to split up the signal and run effects in parallel, you're going to scroll all the way over until you see this DIV here. That's going to be for diverting the mix. Let's put that right here. And now I can run 2 different mixes, one on top of the other. Let's put sitar here, and then let's put touch wah here. And now I'm getting those mixed separately because I know those are 2 effects right there, sitar sim and touch wah. If you put those together, they would clash. But when you divert them like this, you get 50% of the signal has a sitar sim on it separately, and non-processed with the sitar sim, the other 50% of the signal has the touch wah, and you can hear them marrying together instead of creating a mushy signal. And so that sounds pretty nice. We're going to keep that. So you can see I just set it to switch between the two channels instead of... I can mix them. Dual mode. I think what's happening here is the harder I attack, the more it's digging into the other one. I have to touch below the effects chain to slide across. Okay, I see. There's actually quite a lot of sensitivity to this. So I can go to the reverb here. Let's turn the reverb up to max. So that really gets into synth-like territory. I really like that. And that's only possible with that parallel mixing feature. To make that possible in real life, you'd have to have an effects chain that is quite literally in parallel, and it would physically look similar to what you're seeing on screen. You'd have to have cables going across to this separate chain. And it would be a nightmare. So I'm very happy to hear this doesn't sound bad. Sounds pretty good. Let's add another delay. Now, if I want to save this, I'm going to hit right. And what should we call this?
Game over, man. It's game over.
Sometimes the boss stuff is a little bit confusing. Once you use one of their things, though, you kind of understand their thought process behind things. Now let's add a looper on there. So we want to put the looper at the end. In order to get the looper to work on one of the control switches, you need to hit Menu, Control/Expression, Control Function, and then choose which one of the switches you want to be the function of, let's say, the looper control, like I'm setting right there. So I have looper control on one, and then I want looper stop to be on another one. So I'm going to set it right there, just like that. Ah, there we go. Okay. So loop control and loop stop is what I programmed. So I didn't get the timing right because I'm pressing it with my hands, so it's a little difficult. But if you want more advanced functionality, there's no drums in there, I don't think, because I don't see anything on that page. Yeah, that's it. That's all you get. But that's fine. I mean, if you need a basic looper, you got it. But definitely, they're not wanting to compete with even their most basic loopers, even though this is capable of functionality similar to the RC600. If they wanted to put it in here, it could definitely do it. I just think they don't want to have it compete with that product, which is fine. I get it, but hopefully soon we'll see something like that, because I do love the Boss products. Anyways, guys, I hope you learned something today about setting up a custom patch. Don't forget to write, and I don't mean write in the comments. I mean hit the write button when you're done with your stuff. And if you want to write in the comments, let me know what you guys want to see next from the GX10. Bye-bye for now.
Hey guys, it's Bob. I just want you to know, do not subscribe to this guy. Do not watch his videos. Definitely do not click on another video, because he doesn't use a tube screamer. He leaves me underneath the bed, guys. I'm under a bed. Before this video, I was in a bed, and he just took me out to take pictures of me just to humiliate me. Don't subscribe.